going on, guys? Black Scout Survival Late Night Live, and let's start off with the headline: the Doomsday nuclear missile option. So today, an Israeli lawmaker is calling for the IDF to use nuclear warfare in response to Hamas. The Israeli lawyer, member of the Knesset, published multiple posts today advocating for forceful retaliation and following a surprise attack against Gaza. So she wrote Jericho missile, strategic alert before considering introduction of forces, doomsday weapon. This is my opinion. So again, she posted all day about that they should use a doomsday nuclear weapon. The thing is that there's some other information that kind of coincides with this, and we're going to discuss that further in the video and why that's relevant and why that could be a potential option. So first things first, the U.S. is considering another aircraft carrier group to go there. So deploying another aircraft carrier there, and the USS Carrier Strike Group that's headed that way. The Gerald Ford will reach Israel today, and apparently the IDF is waiting until it gets close by before they launch their ground attack or ground assault in Gaza. Now, the Pentagon is also looking to launch a special operation to rescue the Americans in Gaza. Apparently, there's a lot more Americans than what we had initially heard. I think there's been 20 killed so far that we know of, but there's actually a ton more that have been taken hostage. And this time of year, it's a big holiday season for Americans to go tour Israel. It's a tourist hotspot. And so we don't really even definitively know how many is actually even there at the moment. So being that is not good. Now, other very disturbing news, and this is something I said to you 3 days ago. People are saying that I was lying or I didn't know what I was talking about or I was clickbaiting. Well, it turns out I was right. I was right. Yeah, because I knew it. I'd already seen the videos. I'd already seen the press. Right, the alternative media. I get all my information from alternative media sources. I'll show you what mainstream media says after the fact, but I get all my stuff from alternative media sources. So more than 40 babies and their families killed, beheaded, and burned alive in one town. Right. So there's a ground correspondent actually also reported this and said that she was a female. She said that I'm talking with some soldiers and they say that what they witnessed was that they've been walking through different houses and different communities, and she said there were babies and their heads were cut off, and families that were gunned down, complete families, mom, dad, kids, or gunned down in their beds. Some of them were set on fire alive, right? You see the babies, the mothers, and the fathers in their bedroom in trying to protect, like I guess huddled around the kids, and they just shot through them. The terrorists shot through them. And so this is not war. This is a massacre. This is a slaughter. And then these son of a guns here in America. This is a post I saw a lady. You can look at it on Twitter. So this is the scum biting is welcome to our country, and these people were celebrating. They had the video of the beheadings. It's blurred out in the in this video, and I don't recommend anybody watching anything that sadistic anyway. But these people were laughing about these guys were laughing about these children being beheaded. Okay, and here, Gateway Pundit, and I've seen the whole photos of this right here, and it's complete, a complete bedroom, the cribs, full of blood. But horrific. Now, the thing is that when you do this sort of stuff, and I've seen all these people tweeting about, oh, there's women and children in Palestine, you're bombing runs on Palestine. The problem is this, and I get it, and what I'm about to tell you about what the IDF Minister of Defense is saying kind of goes along with this. When you have something done to you or your people so personal, right? You know, this happens in war all the time. You know, somebody in your unit gets killed. It really changes the game. And you know, as Americans, you know, I mean, as a professional soldier, it doesn't matter who you wear, what flag you wear. You should uphold certain standards and morals. The problem is like the idea of soldiers that were going around to houses and seeing babies' heads chopped off. It really affects them. And imagine it would affect you too if you're going around. And the problem that I have, and this is personally just me talking, is that the Palestinians, they voted Hamas in to leadership. At what point do you like the Palestinians not attack the Hamas and say, "Hold up, guys, we don't cut babies' heads off. We don't assault women, sexually assault women. We don't do those things." They're not saying anything. They're going along with it. So that means you're complicit, in my opinion. You know, you're complicit of this. And when you do this, you put your family, you put the kids at risk, you put all these people at risk because of the decision you make. Where's the men standing up? And I'll put in a perfect analogy here for you. Hypothetically, let's say we're a platoon and we're going out, and all of a sudden the platoon commander says, "Hey guys, we're going to start chopping babies' heads off." I would smoke that dude right on spot. We're not doing that. So the problem is when you have very, I mean, horrible things happen, this is what ultimately happens to the opposition. So the IDF Minister of Defense told the Times today that the Israeli army is launching a full-scale offensive on the Gaza Strip. "We have abolished all rules of war. Our soldiers will not be held accountable for anything they do. There will be no military courts or tribunals. There will be no rules of engagement." There's 360,000 Israeli reservists that have been mobilized, and they moved the equipment to the northern and southern borders, awaiting for the ground attack once the Gerald Ford gets in. So what's going to happen is he said, I heard him say, "If you want hell, we're going to give it to you." So they just brought really bad things onto their people, you know. Yeah, we do have a lot of trolls in here tonight. Wow. Lots. Let me clear some of these dudes out real quick. Anyway, those are what you call losers. Losers. They don't exist. They don't really exist. It's funny, like just so you know, a troll, like someone I don't know, they don't know me, but they're staying up late at night to write some things that I probably won't even see. You know what I mean? It's weird. Anyway, so going forward, we're talking about how orchestrated this event happened from Hamas, right? Well, they found these pamphlets here. These pamphlets, they found them on bodies of Hamas terrorists that had been killed by IDF forces, and they show various Israeli military vehicles and their alleged weak points. Over the last couple of days, there's been a lot of talk about coordinated initial attacks. Well, I guess this would be pretty good proof of that these guys were, you know, obviously they got a printing press. They had the different various nomenclature, the weak points of the equipment, and now, yeah. So it had to be some kind of orchestrated. You know, obviously they say, "Oh, it's other people say it's not Iran," whenever apparently they have proof it's Iran. So anyway, but yeah, that is there. Now let's move on. Let's move on to the Palestinian sympathizers, the trolls, the ones that's in the live chat. They're pro-Palestine. Yeah, you're also pro-BLM too, because this is what BLM posted. That is all that it is. I stand with Palestine. Now it's very telling that they're using the paraglide images here. That means they're not for Palestine, they're for Hamas, they're for killing children, right? Because if you remember the event here, I'm going to show of them. This is the Hamas propaganda video of them launching their motorized paraglides here. So, yep. Now it's funny, all these like conservatives that are like the pro the Palestine, you're pro the Aloha snack bars, and the Democrats, the BLM. The BLM also posted this stuff here too. Let me start off with this one. Black Lives Matter grassroots stands in the solidarity of our Palestinian family who are currently resisting 57 years of settler colonialism and apartheid. As a Black people continue the fight, the end of militarism and mass incarceration of our own communities, let us understand the resistance in Palestine as an attempt to tear down the gates of the world's largest open air prison. As a radical Black organization grounded in abolitionist ideals, we clear parallels between Black and Palestinian people. And so then the next slide, this was on their Instagram. We too understand what it means to be surveilled, dehumanized, property seized, families separated, and our people criminalized and slaughtered with impunity, locked up in droves, and we resist. They call us terrorists. We too dream of a world where our people may live freely in decolonized land. Decolonized land, I keep saying colonization. May the borders, checkpoints, prisons, police, and watch lists that terrorize our communities crumble. May the world be built back from their ashes. Honor those who have fallen in the struggle. Yeah. So that is who you align with. You patriots that pull for the Palestinians. But all of this squawking about stolen land and buzzwords, catchphrases, colonialism. First off, they try to put what is in modern day society, like the civilized society, on things that happened thousands of years ago. Like, oh, you're a colonizer. Well, first off, just because you're white doesn't mean you're a colonizer. You know what I mean? That doesn't mean that. I'm not colonizing anything. But people I didn't know may have conquered things. Because if you want to be real about it, you can have that childish worldview and believe that, oh, it's colonizers, but all land is stolen, all of it's stolen from somebody else. There's probably not a country in the planet today that hasn't changed borders through war 10 or more times. Fact. People used to conquer things. That's what they did. So that's Marxist rhetoric, Marxist language, and yeah, BLM, Marxist decolonizations, and it's going to be coming to a town near you, because this is what decolonization means. This is what it means. Yep. So coming to a town near you. This is what it is right here. Yep. Anyway, then we have the Democrat Rashida Tlaib displays the Palestinian flag outside congressional offices today. Yep. So I mean, pick your side, man. Pick your side. You know, I seen a dude, his name was like Patriot 1776, and he's like pro Hamas. It's weird. Like they have to be some kind of bots or plants. I just can't believe that many people. The good guys don't go around beheading children and putting it online. I mean, it's just not, you know. Yeah, April here says it's the male's nature to need to conquer things. You know, it's actually very true that men need competition too. That's very true. That's why, ladies, if you're ever with your man and you're at a red light and he freaking jets off, it's because it's just like inside of man. They want to compete, right? But I want to also remind you, though, 5 days ago, 6, 7 days ago, whatever it was, there was a test conducted by the U.S. Federal Emergency Management Agency in order to ensure warnings be transmitted on a national level to your cell phone. You remember that? Remember that text you got, that siren went off on your phone? Now, let this sink in for a second as we watch a massive attack unfold, potential World War III, right? We've got Ukraine and Russia. Now we got Israel. Who else is Iran gonna jump in? So you just got that. Could that be telling that something's going to happen here? We need to secure a border immediately. You know, I forgot the number, but it's a ton of guys that were on the terror watch list that got away. They got away, right? And they need to secure the border, begin locating and deporting these guys, everybody, If you're not a citizen, get out. They need to do it quickly. There are likely terrorists among us. And we're talking like 6 million illegals that have crossed the border since Joe Biden opened it up, right? And what we could see is that same type of carnage right here in your hometown. I'm sure there's sleeper cells here right now. I wouldn't put anything past these guys, especially now America's sending carrier groups over there. If they put troops on the ground for whatever reason, maybe even the assault on Gaza could cause it. But you see liberals applauding whenever they were giving civilians weapons in Ukraine. Remember that? The liberals were clapping because they were giving weapons to civilians in Ukraine to defend itself, But why do they try to take our firearms here from the potential invasion, right? To protect us domestically, those, and that's the reason why what you see there in Israel is the exact reason why America should have the right to own weapons of war. And I don't mean the AR-15, I mean belt feds. I mean hand grenades. American citizens should be able to own those, in my opinion. Real weapons. The ones that go like that. Because the potential of something happening, because Joe Biden allowed the border to open to try to get more votes, he put us all in danger and all at risk. All of us at risk. Your kids at risk. Your kids could be at school, because that's what they'll do. They'll attack somewhere that the people cannot defend themselves. Most likely a school, hospital, something like that. That's what these terrorists do. But yeah, soft targets. There we go, Dave. Perfect. That's what they do. Mindset. Thank you, Big LA. Thank you. Yeah. Man, give the trolls something to do, man. Their life obviously sucks, bro. You gotta give them something to do. They'd probably end it if they didn't have, to stay up to midnight to bother someone. Anyway, I love it. I love it. That's when you know when you made it, when you got haters. Anyhow, guys, before I go, I do want to, before I forget, we have the canteens, titanium canteen kits back in stock. They've been out for quite a while. People have been emailing. I tried to email some of you guys, but I couldn't find some of the emails. So I just want to tell you, and also the website, it comes with this carrier. It comes with a pan, the titanium kit with lid, the canteen with kit with lid, and then the pot with handle and lid. It also has a desert camo. The website does not reflect this. It shows the old woodland version, but it has this desert carrier, so it can pack everything up inside of it and essentially make a bug out kit. Especially with the fact that the way the world is going, you need to have some basic survival gear on you. It also has a MOLLE, has a shoulder strap, but MOLLE you can attach it to your pack, what have you. But they're on the website now, and go grab them up. And guys, remember to stay frosty, stay strapped, and always stay dangerous. Take care.